Hey sports bettors, thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd and I'm an instructor with OddsJam. I teach beginner and struggling sports bettors how to use all those tools, all these resources, all the data-driven insights to help you profit on positive expected value bets over and over again and really help you set up a roadmap and a custom plan for yourself. But today we're talking about parlays, teasers, and round robin bets. It's sort of bet types that you hear negative things about. You hear don't do them. And there's definitely a lot of negative to them. Did you know that about 17.2% of the parlays are actually the only on the winning side for sports bettors? So that's a pretty small number. And they have about an 18.3% profit margin or higher in some cases for the sports books. So it's definitely something the sports books are encouraging. And you see lots of same game parlays and lots of this type of combination bets. That's what we're going to go through today and talk to you about, teach you the differences between the various bet types and try to help you come up with some strategies, tools, and a plan to actually make that profitable. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, we do have a scorecard app or a sports betting quiz. It's a 25-question quiz. It takes about 2 minutes, and it's really cool because you can kind of assess where you stand in the whole education process and the success rate of being a good sports bettor, a successful sports bettor as far as profiting. So you want to take that quiz, get yourself the scores, the ranks, kind of see where you fall in. That's really pretty cool. Help yourself out. We're trying to educate you, get you elevated, and use all those tools. Again, we also offer a free one-on-one consultation. So I'm happy to jump on a phone call with you anytime for free, talk to you about where you're located, what your sports betting goals are. Can you get there? How do you get there? What's a roadmap for you to help yourself? So please take advantage of those links, take advantage of those opportunities and resources. Now let's get into today's video. All right, so first things first, let's talk about a parlay. What is a parlay? Most of you kind of know, but let's just go through it. A parlay is really a single bet that you can have multiple legs, multiple parts to it, and they all have to happen, they all have to win, they all have to function correctly in order for you to win your bet. Now, why would you do that? Well, maybe you feel really confident that all those different legs, maybe it's a 3-leg parlay, maybe it's a 4-leg parlay, maybe it's just a 2-leg parlay where you have to have 2 things happen. All the combinations have to happen, otherwise you lose your entire bet. Now, the positives of that are you can have a really high odds payout. You can put a little bit of money in, hit all those legs of the parlay, have them come through for you, and you're gonna hit a higher payout at the very end with the odds. I'm going to show you the parlay calculator here at OddsJam. Now, as I mentioned, we're here at the OddsJam parlay calculator. It's one of the tools. You just scroll all the way down left here at the very, very bottom, or close to the bottom. You're going to see parlay calculator. What it's going to do is show you how to compute and how to add all these up. Let's take a look at how that works. All right, so as mentioned, we're going to have different legs, different parts of a bet. They're going to be different combinations of things that have to happen. And just for the purposes of math, let's just say you put $100 into this. And let's say that the odds in the first bet, let's just say you had a little favorite, you had a little minus 145. Maybe the next bet, you took a little bit of an underdog, put plus 120. And then that third bet, or bet number 3, let's say you took another favorite of, say, minus 125. And then, heck, maybe you even had a fourth bet. If you wanted to, you could, but your parlay odds on these first 3, you can see here the profit is going to be $5.69 10 cents on this $100 risk. So you're going to have a total payout of $6.69. So you can add more to this. Let's say you took a fourth bet and you add in a heavy favorite of 400, and actually that's going to drop it down. As you're going to see the profit. Let me scroll up here. See this profit of $8.36. So again, you're risking $100. And on the odds of all these different bets, it's going to calculate this for you. So that plus 736 is an awful enticing number, right? The $736 profit on a $100 wager. But you have to have 4 things happen. You got a little bit of a dog here, some small favorites, nice big heavy favorite here. But all these things have to happen for this parlay to hit. Now, what happens if you hit this bet, you lose this bet, and you win this bet? Well, there goes your $100. You lost because you had to have all 4 of those take place and actually function and win and take into account the possibilities of the odds, but also the risk factor of having to hit all the legs of an individual parlay. This calculator is kind of cool because you can go in here and you can kind of guesstimate your payout, say on a $10 bet. It's also enticing, and if you're shopping around getting the best odds, you can get a really, really good parlay. Having better odds, say if you're shopping at say plus 130 on this one, and maybe you got a minus 110 on this one, and maybe you got a better price on this one as well, say a minus 125. Now all of a sudden that bet got more favorable for you to actually have a higher profit situation. So that's a parlay. All the legs have to happen in order for you to win. If one of the legs does not pan out, you lose, and all bets are off. Now let me jump in and show you one of the tools at OddsJam. It's a parlay builder. This parlay builder is a really cool tool. It's going to help you put together and piece together some of the most valuable parlay bets that you can. You always hear about parlays, don't do them, not profitable, etc. Well, OddsJam has a tool that helps you build the parlays so you find and identify the best odds so you can put those links and those legs together. Let's take a look. Okay, guys, here we are again on the left-hand side. Some of the tools on this left-hand side. We're going to scroll down and show you the Parlay Builder. The Parlay Builder is a really cool tool that's going to help you put together different legs of a parlay. So in this situation, let's say we have 4 legs. We're going to do, actually, let's just take it down to 3, just to be kind of a little customization here for you. We'll take this down. Maybe, there we go, to 3. We're going to do it at FanDuel. You do a drop down here with all the different sports books, but let's say we'll do it at FanDuel. Let's say we're going to do basketball, NBA, and certainly you can put in different markets, whether it's player prop types, things like that. You can also scroll down here and put in the various odds that you want to do. So certainly the higher the odds number, the longer shot, the different risk type that you can do. Of course, you can do a same game parlay. You can do a same game parlay that you might want to put together for a promotion that you have at a particular sports book. This is a really cool tool. Or you can simply do the best parlay that's out there in the market at FanDuel under those particular criteria. So what you're going to do is put all your criteria in there, boom, show me my parlay, and OddsJam is going to do the work for you. It's going to surf through the market. It's going to go through and identify. We had the 3 legs of FanDuel and the hoops and the NBA, and it's showing us here that if we risk $100 on the under 56.5 second quarter total at -106 odds, Anthony Davis over 43.5 PRA, points, rebounds, assists, and Giannis under 18.5 rebounds and assists. So we're going to go identify and put these bets together, put these legs together of the parlay. And if we want to risk $100, we're going to get back again $596.34. We can add this to our bet tracker. We can add this to our record keeping that we would do. And you can always go back and play and change around different legs of this and use different sports books, use different criteria. But this is a tool that you can really expedite advantages and edges in your parlay structures, whether you're doing DFS type things or certainly doing same game parlays for promotions. And highly recommend this tool as it really does the work for you as a parlay builder at OddsJam. Now next up we have teasers. Now teasers are sort of like a parlay because they're combinations of 2 or 3 different legs, maybe 4 legs of a combination bet. But the teasers, when you take a line, you take, say, the point spread, and you tease it down 6, 6.5, maybe 7, sometimes 7.5 points. Sometimes you can tease the total up or down. So you sort of take it up and down like an options trade. And a teaser bet is something used, I think, really, really effectively in the NFL. And the reason being is you can use what's called the Wong teaser. Wong teasers are something that you want to go through key numbers when you go through the 3, the 6, the 7. You never want to tease the number through 0 because there are certain advantages and disadvantages, certainly in the NFL, the way it's structured. So I'm going to show you a tool that's actually going to give you some really good advantages and edges on piecing together teaser bets for the NFL. Not so big on the teasers with college sports, with college football, college basketball. Not so much even, I guess, in the NBA, maybe be in second place, just because you don't have as many key numbers and there's too many other factors that can happen. The NFL is very, very specific. We're going to take a look and show you what those are all about. All right, here we go with teasers. Now, again, teasers are very, very helpful in the NFL because the markets are so tight. This is a tool from Unabated. Unabated is another data-driven sports marketing, sports markets type product that I use, and I think is a very good tool when you can use something like this to where in the NFL at FanDuel on a 3-leg 6-point teaser, the price here is plus 160. Let's say you want to take this down or take this up to, say, a 4-point teaser, you're going to get different odds, right? You're going to get different payouts. So this price is going to change as you go through. Here's the key. Here's why this tool is so good. If you go through key numbers, so let's say, for example, you're taking the Eagles, and actually we're going to lower this to 3 just to make it less, just to make it easier. Let's say we want to take the Rams, and let's say we're going to scroll down and find another one. This is a nice teaser opportunity here with the 1.5, and we're going to throw the Saints in here, and it's going to give us some edges. And this is all showing negative edges, not going through some key numbers. We're ending up with bad numbers here at the very end. So we're not really teasing these to where we want to be. This is what's really important about teasing these, is because you want to come up with a value crisscrossing through key numbers of 3, 6, 7, sometimes 10, things like that. So let's go back and do this again. Let's say we got the Washington Redskins. I'm going to call them the Redskins because damn it they are. Let's take this Packers down, and then let's throw in a little Browns in just for the heck of it. Again, just different combinations we can get, and it's going to show us here. We had a nice tiny little edge here with this Browns game. Nothing really working here with the Green Bay and the Washington total. So we're going to find some more. So we keep using this tool to try to find value. And maybe we'll throw the Ravens in there. So the Ravens were -3. Now we get them at +3. And let's say we get the Niners -6.5. Now we get them at a half. Still no big huge value here, but you can see what it does is that the teasers take this to +160 odds, and you have to hit all three of these, but you get better lines. So now you get Cleveland +7.5, you get Baltimore +3, and you get San Francisco just have to win the game by a point to cover that -5. So again, we can play around with a million different combinations here until you find that perfect combination that you really, really like, and include these in your structure, include these in the sports book. But a teaser bet is taking it again from, say, what it currently is in the market at +1.5, 6 points, teaser up to 7.5. And again, you have to correlate and put a couple, 2 or 3 of these together to get the better price, the better odds. But you really want to make sure at the end of the day, you end up on this side of things with the best key number with that value. So again, this is a tool to use, and that's explaining hopefully how teasers will work. Again, you can do different teasers from 6.5, 7, 7.5, and it's going to change the price, change the odds. So this is sort of like options trading. This is sort of like options in the money, out of the money, things like that. But you can use this particular tool to find value and put these together, put these combinations together as you go through the key numbers. Now, here's a big tip on teasers. You know how you always wait till Sunday morning and you start to make picks because you didn't get your picks and your homework done early in the week? One of the most efficient times in the market is at the Sunday morning opportunity. So this is a tool to use at the very, very end when the market and the value has been extracted, and you can tip the scales a little bit for yourself on the advantage side by getting some of these games chosen at the last possible minute, and something you can use and incorporate in your betting practices because of the timing of the markets and the value of what you're getting back on the T side. Now, before we get into the video part of this round robin, I want to just kind of give you a generic overview of what this is. Let's say, for example, you have a 5-team round robin, and sometimes you hear them say it's a round robin bet by 2s and by 3s, or maybe by 2s, 3s, and a 4. I know it sounds really chaotic, but what this basically means is if you have a 5-leg parlay, and let's say you hit 3 of those 5 bets, many times the odds and the probability are going to be pretty good. You can actually do that, and the payout is most of the time going to be a break even or a small tiny profit. So you sort of can have this set up to where if you hit 4 of the 5, obviously a little more profit. If you hit 5 of the 5, boom, you really hit that nice big parlay. But it's sort of like an insurance piece, where you can hit 4 of the 5, much like these DFS, Prize Picks, all the different positions you can put yourself in to have 3, 4, 5, 6 legs and only have to hit 4 to be profitable, maybe 3 to break even, maybe certainly 2 to lose, but maybe not lose all of your money. So it's sort of like a ladder type thing. It's sort of like a ladder betting type system. So it's a pretty cool product, pretty cool thing, pretty cool bet type to use in certain situations. And again, you can use the parlay builder to put those together and really help yourself profit by getting the edge. Okay, here we are at the round robin calculator. Again, one of the tools on the left-hand side of the OddsJam site. And here we have the round robin calculator that shows you if you had a $10 stake and you had 5 games. Let's just actually leave that at 5. And let's see, you have 5 games, 5 events you're going to put together. And you see this parlay size, 3x. You can drop this down to have 2x or 4x. And so what this means is how many different combinations you want to see in this particular bet with 5 games. Do you want to do it with different odds you can calculate and have in here at different games? So we'll certainly do that. Maybe we'll do one at -115. Maybe we'll put another one here at -120. And the point of this is that really it's just a combination of the various bets. And so if you have 5 games going on, do you want to do it parlay 2 by 2, 3 by 3, or 4 by 4? So you have many different combinations. You can imagine this 5-game amount can be broken up into many different combinations and provide different odds, different payouts. So if you want to have 5 teams that do it 2 by 2, that means you'd have games A and B, A and C, A and D, A and E. You do another combination with B and C, B and D. You can see all the different combinations in sort of a pyramid of bets you can combine and put all these together. So you can actually, structure this to where you have the most options, the most choices whether you're doing every single combination available, or if you want to just have a couple of them, sort of like a quinella box in dog racing and horse racing and things like that. So I know this may sound a little confusing, but really a round robin is just structuring the combinations of what you want to put into, say, a 5-team, 4-team, 6-team, however many number of games you want to include in this. So it's really sort of like a tournament, if you will. And the deeper into the tournament you go, the more games you win, the more combinations you do. Certainly, you can imagine doing a $10 stake and having a max win of 32.54 is big. Now, keep in mind, there's going to be $10 at every one of these options. And so I guess what I'm saying is this could get a little bit expensive as far as, limiting your stake amount, because if you certainly put in $100, you'd be risking $5,000 because of every combination that can actually build out. As you can imagine, there's lots of different combinations of how you could build this. And so a simulated result here could be $32,500, which is awesome, but that's a pretty expensive bet to hit that many legs and that many combinations. I know it's a little confusing, but if you kind of piece together these and just imagine them as a tournament of how many different combinations or legs you want to use, that will sort of help you understand this round robin piece. A lot of people use these. A lot of people sort of use these as like lottery tickets. They'll do a $1 stake or a $5 stake and do a 5-team round robin, and many times just try to hope to break even, maybe make a small profit by hitting the majority of their games. And then if they happen to hit all 5, then of course they sort of hedge their bet and then cover their cost. All right, guys, there you go. There is the tour all around parlays, teasers, round robin bets, tools, methods, strategies, all the different things you can use to incorporate and get that edge and use it on those types of bets that you can profit from actually, and increase that overall average number size of profitability in the market to give yourself a benefit. And use this when you want, use it when you can. It also kind of keeps you off the radar by looking more like a Joe Public bettor versus a sharp bettor, that you truly are having this advantage and having this edge. So hope that was very valuable. It's kind of a long video, so I certainly understand if you have questions and have some feedback, want to do a one-on-one consult to talk to you more about those specifics. Happy to set that up anytime you want to do that. Again, appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you join the channel. Make sure you share with a buddy that might want to know this kind of stuff. And as always, let's go make some mathematical money.